Hello, this is Bug News, and today we're going to talk about Ready to Love DC episode 9, I think. Yeah, episode 9. And first, we're going to get out, stuff for the, people who only want to watch like 15 seconds of stuff or 20 seconds of stuff, or, we just don't connect like on Ready to Love DC. But first thing we're going to start off is Sabrina. She blocked us over here on her Instagram, and now she's blocked us on her Twitter. She has accused us of doing fake news. I had to remind her of a picture with her, not a picture per se, but I had to remind her of Malik Pollard, who's doing the editing, allegedly. But I think he's doing the editing for Ready to Love. If you go to his damn Facebook page, you see all the editing clips. So he's the only one in this internet verse or whatever we want to call it that has these editing clips. So therefore, he's doing the editing. All right, that's the first thing. And then the second thing is Walter has been in movies that Malik has directed. So I'm giving out fake news, or we're giving out fake news over here. Okay, if that's fake, then hey, I don't know what's real. But let's move on. So, as you know, they went out to some house somewhere. I mean, it wasn't the best of or most fancy of homes. Looked like it was just in Rock Creek Park, but what do I know? So as they were driving out to the location, Sabrina was with Walter, and I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, she dropped something about her past on Walter. Yeah. Sabrina used to be an exotic dancer. She used to shake that booty. She used to, pop it like it's hot for money. All right, so I mean, everyone has a profession in this world, but that's what she used to do. I went to strip club, so I guess someone had to do that job to entertain me and lap dance on me. I never met Sabrina back then, but she's bragging. I was gonna say she's bragging, but she won an award for what she was doing. No one's being judgmental, but Walter had this funny look on his face, like, I want a hoe, but I wanted to be in the bedroom. Now I know that was a little negative, and the feminists will probably come forth by making that statement, but that's the look he had. And then as they were driving down there, Camille and Cornelius and I think Zadia were in the same car, and then they were talking. So I think Cornelius has buyer's remorse, and because they were talking, and you know how. You know how Camille is. Somehow it came up something about marriage in a house, and then Cornelia said, "No, we taking one thing at a time." And of course, that just crushed Camille. I mean, literally, she was rethinking her game, looking out the window, like, "Okay, I got to regroup here." Basically, that's I call it pussy power tripping, but that's another story. So, get to the house. So. Dante and Zadia, were feeling each other, and then Dante and Aisha were feeling each other, but Dante started to swing to Aisha. It was a lot of thonging and things going on. Looked like a pajama party at one point to some degree. Phil was there, he was talking to Shiloh, of course, and then the new lady in the middle, I forgot her name, unfortunately, I'm sorry. They were still trying. No, not necessarily Phil. I'm sorry. Frank was talking to her, the new lady, and they were, it wasn't too much interaction with Frank, and they didn't have too much TV time. TV time was mostly, I'm gonna just say, Dante, Aisha, and Zadia. Now, if we backtrack a little bit, Walter and Mume made a song. They was, booed up. Not really booed up, but they made a song. They did a little 5 seconds of the song. So the next thing you know, Sabrina and Walter at the piano, and they making a song. But, Mume, she didn't look like she liked that too well. So Walter tried to go over there and talk to Mume, and then he was trying to give her the pimp move, you know, trying to calm her down, ask her why she upset, you know, reminding why they was there. That I'm just paraphrasing real short here, but basically that's how I interpreted it. But later on, you know, the liquor started to kick in. They was at dinner, so this is when I guess the slight drama started. Zadia, who also likes Dante, and Aisha, who also likes Dante, kind of got into it because, you know, if you haven't been keeping up, Aisha had her statement that, you know, they need to kind of basically trying to say shake the men up to see where they land type of thing. And Zadia didn't agree with that. So, you know, they had a few words back and forth. Phil, strangely enough, was talking to Zadia and then trying to calm her down. But we're going to go into some information about Phil that we recently gathered that I found interesting. We're going to do a whole video on that. I'm pretty sure no one else probably has this information on Phil. I mean, it's nothing bad. It's just some information. And then once you get this information, you can kind of see a little more light into how Phil has been, you know, carrying himself on the show. It's nothing negative, like I said. It's just a little more information. We're going to present that in another video. So, and it's not fake. It's its own words. It's its own face. It's its own everything. And I try to, over here we try to have those things. So when somebody say fake news, you know, they can always go on another platform and explain themselves. After I'm sure they probably can't do anything right now, but they can go on another platform and explain themselves as to why, who's this guy Malik Pauller, and how is he related to you? Why is there such a close, it's not even 6 degrees of separation. But anyway, let's get back to the show. All right, so after all that, you know, the women, of course, you know, have the power to kick off. But now here's where I got a little upset because maybe I'm just slow. It wasn't clear to me who got kicked off because at the end, the two men that were chosen was Naeem and Cornelius. So I think the women have taken Aisha's approach, you know, shake it up and see where the men land. So Camille was crying, so, you know, before she said anything, and then Zadia was talking to Naeem, and, you know, basically saying he was making a connection, and, you know, yada, you know, that part. But Camille was basically, you know, talking to Cornelius. She was crying, you know, but it's like the impression to me that they both got kicked off, but they didn't show when they showed the recaps for next week. They didn't show either of them. So I guess it's just a teaser. Maybe, and you know, I'm not against going to another platform. Maybe they have some information as far as who got kicked off in that aspect. But Zadia, you know, Twitter went in on Zadia and she responded. You know, I guess she didn't like what she was saying. But what she said is everybody has something to say about Zadia and Naeem's process. Wow, how did they all have so much time to watch us instead of focusing on their own? So, you know, there's a little shade like, you know, yeah, we all got problems, but you the entertainment, Zadia. So, of course, you know, Bug News, you know, we're a little ratchet over here. So we say, are you saying don't hate the player, hate the game? And then she came back and said, all I'm saying is no one knows the ins and outs of what Naeem, if I'm pronouncing that right, and I were doing. We are solid. So what is she saying? You know, they had a little side game because somebody pointed out that if at the beginning of this episode that Camille and Zadia were kind of like teaming up, but at the end of the show they had to break the bad. They was the ones the bearers of bad news. So, you know, I guess that's just, I don't know if that's karma or that was just, some people found that kind of funny on Twitter. But this is Bug News, just a little recap with some more information, and you know, some people got in their feelings, of course, on that Twitter, on the Twitter land. But please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.